Did it just change the default on me? Damn it. Is that working? Must have just been that I had it on default and Windows changed it to something stupid, like a controller or something. And here I was reading NPC text for no reason. Do wish there was some actual voice acting. So essentially you're saying that the people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators? Well, the numbers are still tentative and only apply to that one zone. We don't know how they'll stack up against overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed the regulator was a priority target. I mean, again, makes sense because if they had one, they couldn't die. But yeah, sure. Now that you mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Based solely on the lack of a neo-regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become an endless, or if they simply fail to acquire one of the limited devices. Those who wear no regulator at all. They have clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. Chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. And so Calyx has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. There's no need to kill anyone. The way things were, the people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens with all this madness. You make a good point. Perhaps the sowing of terror is in service to another scheme, or he has some other need for the lives he's taken. These are souls. Something have been done to the victims? I wonder, what about that sanitation worker story? She saw no bodies, but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust, but no bodies? Now where have I heard that before? Recall when we went to see Aaronville from the sentries in the outskirts? The usher Malachite told us much the same thing. When I arrived, I found nobody, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it. I think they're just fake bodies, but that's just me. The both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. Wait, no, because that one guy said his friend was one of them, so... he's obviously just sucking the ether dry. In that case, we should confirm if this substance was present in other sites and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread may lead us not only to an explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calyx's murderous actions. Uh-oh. Stika, we need your help. Lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They might be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? Damn it, our new investigation have to wait. Let's go. Shouldn't Geode not be here? I would assume Steam can't die, but I'm pretty sure Geode can. Well, that's interesting. And also cool.
Stay back! Stay away from me!
No, hey, voice acting.
Leave him alone!
Are you all right?
What happened here? A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me...
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
That sounds like a terrible idea, but you know.
know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Go to them, quickly! Wayakwe!
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape. Mother! Mother, please!
Isadora! Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
Thank you, miss. Will she sleep like that forever?
No, not forever. She'll wake soon, I'm sure of it.
That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
So now it begins. Sound like Mass Effect music. Forgive me, I was reckless. Shouldn't have had to waste time tending my wounds as well. See your other comrade back there? He stayed behind in the lobby, but I heard the sound of fighting. I am sorry. He must have fallen protecting the residents. Just the gill. Nice to kit move, mother always at my side, always keeping me company, and I'm gonna do the same for her. Sister's sakes, I have to remain calm. My comrade, you think he may have been struck down? If he is wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait, please. It isn't safe and you still need a rest. Stay with Milos and watch over Isadora for me. We will tend to your friend. I thank you. Please be careful yourself. Like how we just leave the robot there. That seems like a good idea. Why is this happening? That man, this is awful. Isadora is going to be alright then? I'm so glad. Just finished my Ministrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. Brave soul, he gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. Sentry was behaving normally, like any other, then, all of a sudden, it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Calyx commanded them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Waiakwe sent word. Yeah, I'm sorry. By the time we arrived, it was already too late. The Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to her communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though, at least until we regain control over the sentries. Then we should search for Geode. I agree, since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theory holds true, then they could be prime targets for the next attack. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Thanks. Here, take these communicators. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal, and have been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Waiakwe has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck, stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going. Find Geode soon. No, he's probably saving people one and fighting off threats with the other, but I can't help but worry. Pray thank your Malala friend for me. I would still be a helpless mess if not for her encouragement. He met us here to us. We'll see to our fallen comrade and make sure no one else comes to harm. Let's go find out Geode died. Womp womp womp. No signs of Geode. Perhaps he searches to the east. How would I know to search to the east? I know, game logic. I'm just saying. Waiakwe's voice crackles forth in the communicator. Geode! Geode, answer me! No response. Perhaps you should continue to search further to the east. Oh, obviously a cutscene over here. Like Mass Effect or bombing mission. No sign of Geode. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look. Oh, he's not dead.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please!
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive. Thank the gods. Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join... That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether. The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit. Damn you!
You can't be here! You need to run, now!
I figured.
Trap.
Take care of the others, eh?
You think we'd be there by now? This is very creepy.
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe? Geode!
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether.
Hi, Calyx.
But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Calyx.
That's some cool music. And that's a band.
What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
how would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into Endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promise to halt my harvest? It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
This project tracks my eyes so well. I can't. There are no words. This pile of dust, these ashes. Are these ashes? The full cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geo to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 Endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen aether allowed for many more Endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Calyx, obviously. Not I. Certainly not I. We know only too well there is not noble in the sacrifice. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx, put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession. Falls to us, we will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents and reflections elsewhere. I do appreciate that we have the key because we're the strongest being in the world. It's the only thing that makes sense. Storyline so far. Oh, hold on to Geode's gun. Take the soul cell, please. Turn to the back room. Shell and the others need to know what happened. Yes, that's why Akwe to meet us there as well. Back room is just a waking sands.
Our dear Geode.
The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calix, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy? Living our lives. What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calix for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him. Wait, where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure Nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calix is hiding. But not right now. We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
Then you have to wonder who else is in there. I forgot Ishtola was even here. I assume you know better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We're all here with you. Spoken with Wiklama. They've cut their meeting short to deal with the aftermath of this latest violence. Told that the members tasked with keeping residents safe returned with the body of their comrade. They all risk so much. We made a swift patrol of the other levels and confirmed that Calix had carried out a number of targeted attacks, all to harvest more Aether, it seems. He was very inefficient. Got back control of the sentries, probably around the same time Calix left. I'm sorry, I can't stop him. Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Geode was. He was an older brother than Nostalgia and me. Shiel knew him longer though, and is surely taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with Kachua? Yeah, I think that's right. You think you'd check on her, see how she's doing? She'd like to put it on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. I said you need some time to work through it. You're right, I ought to heed my own words. As it stands, I am of no use to anyone. Katria used to say the best thing to do with grief was let it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geo. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you shoulder to spare. Right then, let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. Yeah, because it's not like Calyx is gonna target anybody while I am around. Prepare trek on foot, so arrange for a couple of airwheelers. They've had their communications modules removed, so you and Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word and we'll set off. Ready? We'll be flying close to the pylon, so follow my lead. Airwheelers are Janolt's baby. You won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. Janault. So it's Geralt. For now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I needed to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode would come along too, end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We'd also talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. As if we have control over our bike. Phew, that helped clear my head a touch. You know, Rasika, we might be the first person I've ridden with. You might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least. The memories from my regular days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. Thanks. I usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully they keep the route clear for a while, shall we?
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa.
Kafkiwa?
Will you raise a glass?
Oh,
I thought that was a mean option, but I realized that's the Aymeric
What are the two of you
PTSD still
doing here?
option.
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
I suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization.
Okay.
You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I'd recently lost someone close to me. And also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
I like her outfit.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
Kafkiwa. I could have swore they pronounced it differently
That it
before.
was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Appreciate you helping me through this. Not only the grief, you helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized. Only fuels my determination. We're spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. So do my part, then you do yours. Vivian needs you. Time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy, mine. Remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I must cry out for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. Must be something in there that can point us in the right direction. What are your plans? Sika, is that you? Apologies for calling suddenly. We're making the rounds on the outskirts. I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. When I ask you to join me, your perspective would be most appreciated. It can wait until you finish attending the shell, of course. Seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I have others to speak with before I return to the back room. Shouldn't I stay here to protect her? As long as the memories remain, this wound in my heart will never fully heal, but it might be better that way. Feel something, even pain, is to remember that they lived, and to know that I am still alive. Who's this random person? This is a really good time to stop and make some.